Anything further? Justice Alito?
Let me ask the same question that I asked the other side about the date. What specifically is the date we should look to?
Your Honor, it's the date that the state received federal funding. Now, in a statute like this, I will be candid that it is difficult to pin down because RLUIPA is agnostic about the source of federal funding. It says any federal funds that run. And so if you're talking about federal funding like Medicaid, that which comes in basically monthly, weekly, you know, that's the point in time at which you should look.
Thank you.
Justice Sotomayor? Justice Kagan? Justice Gorsuch? Justice Kavanaugh?
You say RLUIPA does not unambiguously authorize a damages remedy. This is Justice Kagan's kind of bar of clarity point. The other side says the statute clearly authorizes individual capacity suits, so that traditionally has encompassed damages, and then they cite Tanzan on top of that. And I just want to make sure I have your responses to that precise point.
Sure, Your Honor. So a few things to say to that. I will say the one thing this court recognized in the Sosamon case is that even if you get to the appropriate relief question, there are a number of ways you can infer what that term means. So, for example, we laid out in the red brief the fact that the Congress referred to like injunctive relief with respect to the United States. There's different terminology like that. Another thing the court credited as plausible was that the ordinary definition of appropriate relief is typically particularly equitable relief, not damages. That's plausible. The other way I would attack that, Justice Kavanaugh, is remember what the court said in Sosamon and repeated in Tanzan, which is that the term appropriate relief is inherently ambiguous and context dependent. And I think the thrust of everything I've said today and what we say in the red brief is that the most important context here, at least for our purposes, is what constitutional authority was Congress using to actually enact this putative cause of action for damages. That's the point that Chief Judge Sutton made, and I think that's exactly the right way to think about the relevant context here.
Thank you.
Justice Barrett? Justice Jackson? Thank you, counsel. Rebuttal, Mr. Tripp?